Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and specifically welcome back to my playing series where I play live for YouTube without the benefit of cherry-picking games. Today we're going to be playing the most powerful tier 6 heavy tank in the game via win rate difference using the awesome Tomato GG website. Okay, well it's the Object 244, but it's so close to the M6 that after playing a premium tank last week, I think this week we have to play a tech tree vehicle. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is the M6. The M6. It's really old inside the game. It was one of the, for Europe, original tier 6 heavy tanks. Although when the game was released in the CIS region, the Americans were actually bolted on. But you wouldn't have been able to play that unless you were playing the closed beta back in the day. Or maybe even the Americans were in before the closed beta was released in Europe, which is probably true, considering that I think that one of the only tanks that I don't have is the closed beta reward. I think it's called like the M4 something something something. It's a tier 5 premium and it's ultra rare. And you got it for playing 500 games in the closed beta. Unfortunately, I think I only played like 300. Man, if I could go back, I'd play 200 games in a single day to be able to get my hands on that vehicle, as it is one of the rarest. I'm not even sure if it's any good. One day I'll have to try and find it, maybe on a press account, or maybe just find a replay from one of kind of like the probably 100 people who actually bother to play that tank each month. Anyway, I digress. Let's focus on the M6. This is a beast of a heavy tank. Why? Because Wargaming buffed the living daylights out of it a couple of years back. They wanted to make the American line powerful, and they buffed the T1 and they buffed the M6, and the buff to the M6 was too much. It's too much. There's no other way to say it. They just buffed this thing too much. It's now got a gun that kind of feels like it's a tier 8 medium gun. And when I think about it, it's more of a tier 7 medium. It's the same gun that's on the T20. But the gun that's on the T20 is very special for tier 7. And honestly, you could probably make it work at tier 8. It's just solid. It's got a great rate of fire. 2,000 damage per minute is amazing for like a tier 8 medium, let alone for a tier 6 heavy. And it's got a big old chunk of hit points as well, 1,200, meaning that you can take a lot of hits. Where was that leopard? I didn't realize he'd be behind that tree. I thought he'd be behind that bush. Thinking about loading HE and then going after the leopard's building, which will allow maybe the Sturmil. Nah, the Sturmil won't be able to get a shot over there. I think the leopard will come back, and I think he'll get a nasty surprise. Oh, maybe I won't see him. The view range on this vehicle, I don't have situational awareness or recon, so my view range isn't great. I'm not going to push in. It's a nice map for this tank, and it's an okay matchup, but I don't feel like I have the strength to go forwards. Or maybe I need to have more confidence in myself. Okay, you know what? Maybe I need to have more confidence. I'm playing a super powerful tank, right? So I should be able to just YOLO in and be absolutely fine and dandy. That leopard was firing regular rounds, so I should have a better chance of handling them. And oh my word, this thing hits hard. That's a tier 5 light tank that is nearly no more. So these rubbles piles are just fantastic for a tank with so much gun depression like this. Got to turn my armor in here. Don't really want that leopard to catch me. Leopard down. Hellcat punished me. And I pretty much got the same gun as the Hellcat there, which is crazy when you think this is a heavy. So it's basically like a heavy that almost has like a tank destroyer gun at tier 6. And when you get into a horrible matchup, it doesn't even really matter because you've got like 243 millimeters of gold pen. So I'm hoping that by the end of today, I get to spam a load of gold at tanks. That position, it's so hard to dig people out of. Oh, even worse when I don't manage to get the shot in. You know what? I've got two options here. One is that I basically try and like drive up and around and try and get the Hellcat in the side. I just realized he's not actually fully in the corner right now. Or I go back and I try to defend. Those are my two options right now. I wonder if the Hellcat's going to try and get me through the building. Or he might have taken a shot there. Where's the M10? All the M10 RBFMs in the corner. And there's a Stug. And there's a Wolverine. Oh no, a whole horde of tank destroyers have managed to catch me out. Luckily, I managed to get my tracks back on quickly there. And I get back into cover with a good amount of my hit points. Wow, that was scary. I didn't realize there was going to be like a little gaggle of them in the corner. I'm wondering if I can try and get this Hellcat through the wall over the ridge line. Or I should have probably aimed in first person there. For some reason, I thought the wall was higher. When I'm shooting through walls, I always like to... Oh, this isn't good. Oh, he's using the baby gun. It doesn't matter when my armor is not exactly wonderful here. I'll keep reversing away from this T20. Put another shot into him. Just casually out trading higher tier mediums, although he is undergunned, that's for sure. Okay, well, I'm not feeling too healthy anymore. That Hellcat could pop round the corner at any second to be able to blap me. We're up to 1,400 damage, which is not bad. So I think right now I just hold and wait for my team to win the town. Because if I die right now, that T20 is going to be free to go and support. And he might be able to finish off the team. Whereas if I just relax here, I don't think there's any too much pressure on me. I think I might be able to reverse, well, not even reverse, just side scrape out here. I was thinking about reverse side scraping for a second. I'd have to go all the way out around the corner to be able to get caught there. I should be able to get this T20 if he's still there. Looks like he's left. All right. He's probably gone off to try and support the town, which would make sense. Yeah, there he goes. So I'm just going to take it easy, take my time. In this part of the game, it's just about boring the game. He says as he comes around the corner to try and find a kill on the Hellcat. That should have made it! I didn't realize that building absorbed, but he's down. That's great. Now hopefully we can go after this Wolverine. Again, this vehicle, it does much better when it actually gets to go hold down. And this building is soft, so they will be able to shoot this building down. But it looks like the Stug's behind there. There's the M10 RBFM. He's around the corner. Wolverine has got his butt out. Well, he's lost half his health. This thing half healths tier 5 tank destroyers. And they have to shoot me like 12 times to be able to finish me off. No wonder this thing is an absolute beast of a tank. I can tank a shot from the M10 RBFM. Just tank one, relax, make sure we get the shot in, finish him off, and then look pretty at the end of the battle as we start today's session with a 2,100 combined game for the M6. Really, you got to see everything that is great about this tank. This gun works. We didn't fire any gold. 240 alpha. Use a durability device on a close quarters combat map, and then your massive 1,000 hit points gets even more massive. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up finishing, well, second on the team there. Third on damage. Not bad with the big boy heavy tanks on my team finishing up. We actually got a steel wall. Although I would clarify, I don't think this was so much of a steel wall for me ricocheting. But then again, actually, I did block 1,000 damage. This thing's hull armor, it's not great. But its turret armor is pretty darn substantial after Wargaming buffed this thing. They really did give it the mother of all buffs. The only thing that kind of holds this vehicle back is that hull armor. It's still not great. It's 100 millimeters thick. That's not going to be ricocheting anything. And while the turret armor is good for its tier, it's not perfect. And when you get into those like tier 7 and tier 8 matchups, yeah, you're going to wish you were playing a T29, right? But then you could say the T29 getting against tier 9 tanks. Actually, when I think about it, I think I'd rather play the T29 against tier 9 tanks than play the M6 turret against tier 8 tanks. But gun for gun, I use the same gun on the T29 that I use on the M6. So to have that kind of like preferential matchmaking within that regard, oh, it's lovely. Okay, so this is a really nice matchup, but it's really not a nice map for this vehicle. I got two ways of playing. One, I could take the durability and I could go and try and crunch through the center. Two, I could try and take the turbo and make my way down towards the south. But I don't have the view range. The third option is that I could take the turbo and I could go up north and try to fight the mediums. That could go really well. They have 4 heavies, of which 3 of them are top tier. Or is this VK301P now a heavy tank as well? It looks like they're all top tier. All right, well, you know what? I don't really want to go and fight all 4 of their top tier heavies. So I think what will be the best bet for me instead is let's take this vehicle up north. Now, when I first played the M6 all of those years ago, this must be back in 2011 or 2012, I skipped the engine on this vehicle. Big mistake. This engine is actually fabulous. Once you get it, you get a 17 power to weight ratio on this vehicle, which allows you to just slam it up slopes very quickly indeed. This could really hurt, though. Could really hurt him, I guess. God, this thing's gun. If only this thing could use vert stabs as well, it'd just be bonkers. Oh, just a tracking shot. I got to be careful here. I don't want to get caught out, especially if they've got a load of TDs over there. But it looks like this A20 is suffering. Wow, that's a long repair time. Oh, I'm sorry, A20. This just doesn't feel fair to be playing this tank. And this is a tech tree vehicle. The M6 has become a stat padder's dream because it has these archaic stats where anyone can like go in if you're a reasonably good player and dish out like 4K WN8. Well, when I say anyone, go and test that theory. What am I talking about? You shouldn't all be stat padders anyway. But look, is it even really stat padding at tier 6? Probably. I guess it depends on what kind of a player you are within that regard. Okay, so there's a T-3485 above me. I'm just going to shoot this Nashorn because I'm greedy. And I'm going to try and get into position. But look, that actually costs me a good chunk of hit points. Going to put a return fire at the T-34. The T-3485M just caught my bot. Or the side of my vehicle there. My bot. My bottom. My QuickyBaby bot. QuickyBot 9000. I'm really happy with this decision to come up to this position. I think this vehicle will do really well here against these mediums. Way better than it would do against the heavies towards the lower part. And here, hopefully, I can either only expose my hull armor or hopefully only expose my turret. The T-3485M's giving it to me good, that's for sure. I'm also lucky they're low-rolling all of their shells. No way you're going to push me. You're not going to push me, are you? Oh, that was close. Nearly around the corner. I guess I could go above them. Will I expose myself to the VK if I do that? That T-3485M's fallen back, and I should be able to handle a T-34. This is just... I'm just trading right now. I've got, like, triple their alpha damage, so good night, sweetheart. It's time to go. This thing's scary, dude. Oh, talk about scary. The crocodiles come up here. Ask the Porlac for some help. And I'm going to have to start to load some gold. Okay, well, the first gold is about to be loaded, just like this crocodile. Let's give it to his turret. And this is where this 240 pen is just amazing. We're going to just slowly come around the corner, dunk one in against his turret. And this poor crocodile. He's not trading up, that's for sure. Look how quickly this damage adds up. Me to just have, like, double his alpha damage. That's unlucky. Bad bounce there. Hopefully I can get his turret a little bit more. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, his tank's got 2 gunners. I had to press 5-3. That's unusual. Oh, look, I can actually overmatch him there. Is this T-34 trying to push me? Have I still got friends? I do. Gotta watch out, because if my friends die, then I'm going to get pushed as well. I've lost quite a lot of hit points, though, but I have done kind of, like, good damage, to say the least. Okay, got the type. VK right there. Hopefully we can catch him. We can. Nice. Is this type going to try and push me? I'm going to punish the VK one more time. Beautiful shot. I'm going to need a few more of those if I want to get through this. There we go. Alright, Mr. Type. I don't really need the gold anymore. I'm going to switch out to regular rounds. Free to play baby in the house. This thing's got really good damage per minute, by the way. It could actually get me quite brutally here. Not... Did I jam his turret? Good. One more, one more, one more. Oh, baby. Did we just do 4,100 combined up in this north position? Jeez Louise. Really good decision to come up here. I'm going to say thank you to the Porlac tank. We got it through it together, brother. Now let's see if we can get rid of the rest of this game. Yeah, I'm really happy that I decided to take this vehicle up here. I've been playing the north on this map way more recently, and it's actually been really helping me out. Okay, that Nashorn just absolutely clapped me. He's in this bush. I did not expect that. I thought he would still be further over where he was. Yeah, I'm not going to be pushing that Nashorn. This is actually kind of scary now. I'm down to 22 hit points, and I don't really have the HP to take any more hits. Even HE shells will be able to finish me off. I'm going to tell this guy to fall back. Nashorn has good view range. He sees us, mate. He was in that bush. All right, so just communicated to my Porlac friend. Don't want my Porlac to become a poor caught-out tank against the Nashorn. So I'm going to use my turbo to flank around. This vehicle, it's one of Ike's favorites, by the way. Ike likes the T1 Heavy, so I guess I should say T1 Heavy, although it's kind of like the same hull at tier 6. Ike loves the T1 Heavy, like he calls it the McDonald's tank. I wonder why. Unfortunately, I can't see this Wolverine right there. Where was the Wolverine? Right around the corner. They could still be sitting there. Oh, I just didn't quite have the gun depression. Swing and a miss. I'm being greedy. I want to try and breach 4k damage. I know the Nashorn's like in that bush right there. Wonder if he's still there. Oh, I thought that was the Nashorn I got spotted. Bit of a misplay there by me. What shall I do? Just sit up on this platform? Nashorn's going to be spotted in a second. Will he spot me though? Oh, he's actually legging it. Oh, 4k damage. And a little bit more. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is a meaty game for a very dangerous tank. Goodness gracious, 4,500 combined and 4 kills in an M6. You're all going to be calling me out. These live games, they're going too well. They're going too well. Will it be an ace, though? This thing's very hard to get an ace tanker in. Oh, yeah. That's an ace. Oh, yeah, that's an ace. 1,625. We did like 4 times what anyone else on our team was able to do. But shout out to the Porlac on our team. Pleasure to play with you, Aeneas. Thanks for getting me through that situation, buddy. Monster round for a monster tank. And this is even with a 2-skill crew. I would definitely have situational awareness and recon on my commander and my radio operator. And that would actually give me enough view range to be able to spot everyone. What does this cause 7 crits in battle? Ah! 7 crits is quite a tricky thing to do. Apparently I penetrated like 7 different... I penetrated a lot of shots there. It looks like I got 6 different crits in battle. What a shame. When you penetrate that many shells, you do expect to get those missions done. So the M6, I got to show you exactly why this is just an absolute, complete kick-butt tank. An incredible vehicle that I would thoroughly recommend that everybody considers at tier 6. And so I guess it's refreshing that there is a tech tree tank that is just so awesome. But here's the thing. Tanks being overpowered is still not good for the game. If it's a tech tree tank that's overpowered, just because it's towards the mid tier, does that mean that it's a good thing? No, it doesn't. Just like with the AMX M454, when that thing was overpowered at tier 10 for a while before Wargaming did some really good nerfs to it and have brought it back into a really good spot. Having tech tree tanks that are overpowered, it's not good. Especially when you start to see people realizing that they're very good and going and stat padding on them to be able to get their hands on outrageous stats. I don't even have a mark of excellence on this vehicle, so that shows that I am clean when it comes to my stat padding, right? Although if I have a more 4,500 games like I did in that last battle, I'm definitely not going to have any marks for very long. Okay, so now we're facing against tier 7 vehicles with some tier 5s. We've got to be careful about the 2 artillery on the enemy team. This thing's armor, it's large, and it's not in charge. Especially when artillery are coming after us. We're not going to last very long if those pesky tier 5 and tier 6 self-propelled guns have their wicked way. So a lot of you might be going, what is this game mode? It's Assault. I'm playing Assault. I love Assault. I think Assault is the best game mode in World of Tanks. If I had an option to just play Assault all day, every day, I wouldn't, because I'd get bored. I think the variety in World of Tanks is incredible. But if I did have an option to just play Assault for an hour, I probably would. I enjoy it. I feel like there's a pattern to the attack, and I feel like you can come up with some set plays that just feel like they're satisfying. And I honestly think that when Wargaming chose what maps were going to be Assault, they chose really good maps, and you approach the maps in different ways. So I think all in all, fantastic job by Wargaming with most of the Assault maps that they've chosen. Ghost Town, but for example, Erlenberg. Erlenberg is a map that I ban for Standard, but I love for Assault. And I think it's because they changed the way that the map is meant to be attacked. And quite often it makes maps that otherwise be quite campy a lot more exciting. Alright, come on. Make another mistake, Mr. Heavy Tank number 6. Make another mistake. So artillery managed to stun me. Should be okay. Just don't really want to quite get caught out, but look at that. Oh, little cheeky angle. Driving around this corner could be really bad for the tank destroyers. And it looks like there's an IS in the corner who's camping as well. So that's going to be a tough one to dig out. And as soon as we push around here, we're going to be very vulnerable to the arty. I guess I can go to this rock. Oh, man, that's not good. Hopefully I can turn in before the IS gets me. Nice. Got to be careful with tank destroyers sitting in those bushes over there as well. There we go. I'm going to med that so I can get my track back on quicker. I think the tank destroyer was about there. Yeah, I think I hit him, actually. All right, let's hope I can use these bushes to go after this IS. I'm going to switch to gold, because IS. I could probably deal with him with my regular rounds, but also maybe not. He's coming out around the corner. Let's get some punishment in on him. Nice. Wow, somebody's found the arty. That Grilla was... So the Yak Panzer IV wasn't so healthy. I can't believe this tank is so tall. It can almost just shoot straight over these edges. We've got anything we can shoot right now? I guess I should stay focused on the IS, but I'm thinking maybe the artillery keeps trying to run. No! No! Oh, I'm so lucky the IS didn't pen me there. That was really lucky. I think I'll still try and go for the arty. Nah, I shouldn't. I should go for this IS. It's going to side scrape me again. Just got to go right through his turret. This gold pen, dude. Like, you end up against these tanks that you otherwise would struggle against in tier 6s. You just don't struggle. The guy hit me if I go around the corner. This is so risky right now. I wonder if he'll blind fire me. My sixth sense didn't go off. I don't think his view range is very good. I think these bushes are actually helping me out quite a lot. Well, my team is winning. It doesn't look like we're winning for some reason with the amount of tanks that they have, but we definitely are. I think I should probably be a bit more aggressive here. Okay, okay, sod it. Let's go. Or maybe this was too ambitious. I think we're going to fire on the move. Sorry about that, Canadian tank. Fire on the move again against the archer. Not quite. Need to get out of this corner for a second. Stop for a second. Get better accuracy against the archer. Pff, miss a stationary archer. Hopefully we can get him here. We can. Good. Finish him off. Unfortunately, I can't take a hit from the IS now. Sounds like the IS fired, though. He's using the top gun, so I've got to be careful here. The Chaffee, unfortunately, is going to go after our arty. Is he going to shoot the Biss or shoot me? That looks like the Biss. Driver's hatch. Easy clap. 3 kills? Not a bad round so far. I didn't really feel like I was too tested. I really wish the enemy had gone up towards this area and tried to defend there, because you would have seen my starting position, where I was going to use a rock to go up and only expose my turret. Would have hopefully allowed you all to see just how proficient the M6 is when it comes to my gun a little bit lower. I'm making the thumbnail at the same time. Okay, okay. That looks good. Perfect. How proficient this tank's turret armor is. As long as you can hide your hull, this thing is an absolute Lord of War. So I'm just looking at this win ratio difference. Can you believe this tank's average win ratio is over 53? That might be one of the best win ratios on any heavy tank in the game, I'd say, for tech tree. Amazing. Amazing. It's not really that amazing when we take a look at the vehicle stats. I wonder how hard it is to get your marks of excellence on the M6. Should we take a look? Tier 6 heavies. M6 is... Where's the M6? Oh, it was right at the top. 2,157? Wow, I'd be surprised if there were some tier 7 tanks that had lower requirements than that. They are! Most of... If we were to look at this. If we put in tier 6 and we put in tier 7, and we go for the heavies and we go for, like, just tech tree only. Look at that. The M6 has higher requirements than all of the other tier 7 heavies. Look at it. These are all tier 6, tier 6, tier 6, tier 6. Tier 7, tier 7, tier 7, tier 7, tier 7, tier 7, tier 7. And then here's a tier 6 tank with higher requirements than like 80% of the tier 7s. Wow. That really shows you how bonkers OP this vehicle is. From a marks perspective, that last game wasn't enough to be able to progress towards our 3rd mark. All right. The games have been pretty quick today, so I think I got enough time for one more round in the M6. So, how many of you are going to go and try the M6 now that you've seen how outrageous it is? Or are you going to go and play the M6 and be disappointed in its hull armor? I think it's just all about this thing's gun. It's this wonderful combination of like 240 alpha, great gun depression, enough hit points. When I play a tank like the KV-2, for example, the KV-2 is monstrous for a couple of reasons. One, if you're using the derp gun, bam, you know, you can one-shot your opponents. Or if you're using the 107mm, which I actually prefer on the KV-2, I think it's better than the derp gun. Not as fun, but I'd say better than the derp gun. That thing hits for 300. Although you could argue that you should just play the T-150, because I believe the T-150 has the same gun and is arguably just a better tank with that gun. But if you're trying to mark the KV-2, you should use what is the best gun for the vehicle. Alrighty then, so M6. Let's make our way into the town. I'm going to use a durability device again. And this is the kind of map where hold down is only good in like a couple of positions. So that durability device will keep our tracks on and allow us to expose our tracks as we side scrape, or even just make plays around corners and try to bait our opponents into making mistakes. Matchmaker's been quite nice to me today. There hasn't been a single BZ-176 on the enemy team, or Skoda T-56, which makes me happy because, yeah, tier 6 heavies, they do pretty good even against tier 7s, but as soon as they have to play against tier 8s, oh no. It's funny because I think tier 7 heavies do kind of better against tier 9s than I think tier 6s would do against tier 8s. But then again, this vehicle doesn't have to struggle. Look how tall this thing is. I can just easy. Look at that. I can even use my gun depression, get things going that way. And that T-3485M is in shock right now. The T-3485M's like, yo, I'm meant to be the ultimate kind of OP tank at tier 6 for this kind of a scenario. But mate, you aren't OP compared to the M6. M6 just absolutely clubs that guy down to size. I'm thinking I just chill here for a little while and see how... Oh, that would have been a gorgeous shot. Chill here for a little while and see how the battle develops. But I do also like to push across and to harass from that location as well. The T-3485M, he's just so greedy, he can't resist. That was a lame shot. I should have aimed a little bit more to the left there. Will he poke again? Can I see more of his weak point if I just wedge my tracks up a little bit? I can do, actually. Look at that. Beautiful. Now he's a one-shot. This guy, he angry, I can tell you. He is angry, and he's in the garage to Ripperino. More easy pickings for Uncle QuickyBaby. Okay, like a shark that smells blood in the water. Now this tank is going to make its way forwards. Oh, hello ELC, what's up? How you doing? Oh. Did he take forever to put it out with a manual fire extinguisher? Poor guy. Well, at least he used a manual fire extinguisher. I gotta get out of this hot point. Nice. Save those hit points. Nail a KV-1. That's a derp gun. Please don't go in. Okay, his derp gun's got like 140 pen. It's going to make me cry. This Firefly is about to cry though as well. You might be a scary tier 6. But alas, poor Firefly, we barely knew ye. Your sniping days are numbered. I'm going to advance. Oh, this was too aggressive. I've got a dead driver. I wanted to advance and get the spotting on those guys. And I am getting the spotting. This is a greedy marks play at the end of a battle where I feel like it's won already. I just want to try and grab as much as I can out of said game. Oh, should have aimed that one just a touch higher and aimed for his turret. My bad. Alright, we got him. Gosh, this thing just feels like the Lord of War right now. I should have aimed that one maybe just a touch higher. Oh, I didn't hit him. I suck. Got that one. Just. I feel like if I shoot this guy, he's going to start to shoot me. What are you, a pacifist, QuickyBabs? Never! Nice low roll. He's down. Let's find another target. There she blows! T-34 spotted at 370 meters. Man, did I just get another 4K combined game? Wow, Some seriously good marks progress today. Oh. And 5 kills for the Scrub Lord. Beautiful. Good stuff. Another 4,100 combined in the M6. Well, I got nice matchmaking today. There's no doubt. And I got nice maps for the tank. And we made a few good shots here and there. And again, you snowball. That's it. If you can go in, you've got that gun. Way! Well, we got our first mark on the M6. Unsurprising, because that would be a 1% climb even towards the end for my 3 mark. I mean, this T-3485M, powerful tank, average player, but with the M6 just dominated it. Absolutely dominated. Again, no gold fired. Easy games, easy life. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was a monster session in the M6. We managed to get ourselves 3,200 combined, 3.5 kills per game with 100% win rate and nearly 1,900 average experience. This thing is an utter beast. It really is. You can play it without gold. You can play it with gold. You know your gun is ridiculous when I feel comfortable enough to not have to spam gold rounds. But if I do, I literally have over 50% more penetration. Absolute monster vehicle. I would be not surprised if Wargaming nerfed this tank in the future. So, go and enjoy the M6 while it's hot. And actually have an American tank that is super powerful inside the game. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was Uncle QuickyBaby playing the most powerful tier 6 heavy tank in the game, live, without the benefit of cherry picking games. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know what you think about the M6 in the comments down below. Do you think it's an absolute beast of a vehicle, or do you think the tank is overrated, and why doesn't it work for you? And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.